You think I'm dense?
Yeah.
You're looking pretty dense yourself, I'm sorry to say.
I'm fucking fat shame, my friend.
Praise the Lord!
What a slap! As a man, you never lay hands on a woman. This is a philosophy most of us abide by, but not the subject in today's video. Watch with us as a man feels the need to defend Australia Day with violence. Find out what brought him to this moment, and was it even a woman in the first place? Let's get toxic.
Welcome to Certified Toxic. Let's jump into it.
Well, Robert, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that everything's bigger in Texas.
That's interesting.
And everything is funnier in Australia.
That's not true.
Even if it's violence and abuse.
Now that's true.
We have a little bit of backstory on this video, but people saw the little clip at the beginning, so let's just jump right in. Are you ready?
Abso-fucktly.
Let's go.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Pause it for a sec, if you could.
Yeah.
Okay. It's also...
So
you give
what
us
is that?
That is what you would identify as a goth girl social justice warrior, or the next evolution after goth girls. Goth people were like 2003 to 2012.
Yes. Yeah.
And now they think that their gender is their favorite band.
They're like they're like a Pokemon. Like Goth was Charmander. This is Charizard.
Charmeleon. Yeah, Charizard.
It's all the way up. I think we skipped an evolution.
Okay, you're right. I like that.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds good.
Australia Day, so...
And who? That is Gay Leno.
I think Australia Day's pretty cool.
Murder?
I don't think murder. I think Australia Day's cool. Really? Are they being murdered now?
Yeah.
Right now? In Australia?
But you're still supporting the murder. That's the
I really don't think...
So what are they fighting about? If we could just...
Yeah, so I wanted to pause right there
Yeah.
and explain it. So you can hear them talking about it. She's saying, you think murder is cool? And he's saying, I think Australia Day is cool.
Okay.
And she said, murder? She doubles down because she doesn't have another argument.
Okay, fair enough.
So this is, I can get into it a little bit more after the video, but
Yeah.
it's similar to Columbus Day, the way that there's kind of a dialogue in regards to that in
Okay.
America.
Yeah.
In that Australia Day is when... From my understanding, when the genocide of a lot of the indigenous people began.
The Aboriginals? Okay,
The
gotcha.
Aborigines, exactly. So,
So they think it's because you're celebrating this side of things, you're kind of discounting the pillaging and plundering of the people that led to the initiation of the country that you're now celebrating.
exactly. So,
yeah.
in their minds, two things can't be true.
Right.
At the same time.
Time traveling their arguments to... Yeah,
So
I get it.
I don't know if she said this yet, but there's a portion where he says, "Are they still being murdered?"
Okay.
And she says, "Yes."
Right.
Now I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
but we'll see.
You think I'm dense?
Yeah.
You're looking pretty dense yourself, I'm sorry to say. But,
I'm fucking fat shame, my friend.
Okay.
Bumping it. Praise the Lord!
What a slap! Holy shit!
Damn!
Oh man! So I was paused right after I wanted to, but that's
okay.
totally okay.
I'm glad you paused because you already see the redness in her face.
Oh
That
yeah,
is-
he clocked her
Yeah.
really good. So
Wow.
I was gonna ask you. He
Yeah.
said you're looking a little thick yourself. I'm sure you heard that part.
Yes.
I mean, that's mean.
Sure.
Does it merit her attack on him?
Not even close.
Like, yeah, I agree.
if the dense girl, not to be dense about it, if the dense girl hit the guy for making that argument against her, that might be one thing that might like lend 1% more credibility to her hit. But it was her friend that hit her after doing a weird head bop. Like, I got this, Jay Leno, tap out. Fucking what?
That is incredible. Should we pull it back just a bit,
Yeah,
just to see
Let's watch it again.
see it happen again? We won't watch the whole Australia Day argument, but I want to see just the events leading up to the assault.
Yes.
And it gets better.
Oh, shit.
It gets
okay.
much better.
All right, guys, we'll get back to that insanity. But first, real quick, if you truly like our content, please like and subscribe. And for each sub, we'll donate $50 billion to charity in an alternate dimension of your choice, except dimension H760, because fuck those guys. Now back to the video.
I really don't think... No, I don't think so.
I think you're a bit dense.
You think I'm dense?
Yeah.
You're looking pretty dense yourself, I'm sorry to say. But,
I'm fucking fat shame, my friend.
Oh!
Who's that guy? Oh my god!
fuck off. Fuck off.
And that's like 5% of his energy.
Dude, he just was. Have you ever seen the meme of that dad that's at like a party and his kid gets pushed over and he slaps the kid, and then everybody that approaches him, he just keeps slapping them down? That is this guy, just to a T.
A single file line. Yeah, that's hilarious.
So what comes to your mind when you watch that video?
For one, I fucking worship this guy.
Yeah, me too.
For starters, it makes sense not to go like full like Alpha 10 fucking helicopter SWAT on this person's head who's smaller, but you kind of gotta give them a dose of reality. They can't just do that to you.
That's kind of the conversation that I was having in my own brain, which is like, I was reading the comments and they all agree with you, by the way, which on the site that we pull these videos from is not that good a thing.
This is what the degenerates think about this guy.
But it is true that there is an impunity for you because you are an ambiguous amalgamation of a person that somewhat resembles maybe somebody that could have potentially been born a woman. Did I ride the line that good enough? Is that good enough for you guys? So I think she thought, because they thought, whoever, we don't know, because they were defending something that they held near and dear to their heart, which is fat shaming and protecting indigenous people from a genocide that already happened.
Aboriginals do care a lot about fat shaming.
Yes.
So they merged those arguments perfectly.
Yes, they definitely knew what fat people were, and everybody wasn't skinny and starving for sure. Exactly. So I think she thought she could hit him without reproach. She had there was not going to be a consequence to it.
Right.
Because in that situation, for me personally, if I was to be slapped, I don't know that I'm going DEFCON 10 on the person that looks like that and just open-handed slapping them to the ground.
Right. I always say that where the men's rights activists get it wrong is that they think of it so one-dimensionally where, if someone crosses the boundary of hitting you, you have full ability to do whatever you want right back to them as hard as they did it to you.
Yes.
But I think it's just proportional. Like, you got to understand that men are typically anywhere from like 70% to 100% stronger than women in a lot of muscle groups.
Yes.
And that's just average to average. So I would probably do like a 30% response to her 100% effort to make it like fair. So maybe
I think that's fair.
Yeah, like a pimp slap to her punch.
Yes, yeah, because she full on hit him as hard as she could, which, I mean, probably wasn't that hard.
No.
You know, it didn't look like they were capable of much force
output. It's like a Reader's Digest smack on the nose, I don't
think they've spent that much time on like physicality or like becoming athletic.
No.
And we can't see this guy, but I just imagine just a Chad, like razor sharp jawline, just a perfect specimen.
Just kicks down this 700-pound guy that nobody knows existed.
That's my favorite part of the video is that. So when I was trying to read backstory on it, that guy. Again, I'm not sure, even with him, wasn't part of that group. He came up to defend them, and he slapped, clocked somebody from the peripheral, turned around, kicked him down. Fuck off me, fatty, is what he said.
It's just like swatting flies.
It was just bam, bam, just knocking him to the ground.
Beautiful.
It was unbelievable.
Wham, bam, thank you, they.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was incredible. So a little bit of backstory on this one. Yeah. No charges were pressed. The cops were not called.
Fair.
At least at the time of the article that I read. There was no police involvement whatsoever, which is surprising. And
relatively,
props to the theys in this video. The police is the first place they go in any instance in a lot of cases.
Right.
Actually, is that true?
Well, if it's a guy who's against their message, the last thing they'll go to is the police. But if it's with their message, they will go straight to the police.
100%. Yeah. I was gonna say something that I would have regretted, so I'm not gonna say
the N-word.
So we already talked, was any party justified in this? Most of the comments are saying, well, not most, but a lot of them are saying, no party is blameless in this interaction.
Sure.
He probably shouldn't have been arguing with them in the first place.
Yeah, I will say he went a little too far verbally. he over responded with "you're actually thick." I would argue against doing that generally.
For sure,
I
yeah.
would stick to just trying to decimate their horrible arguments.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Easily, yeah.
Which he wasn't doing. I mean, she said, I think you're a little bit stupid. I think he could have gone a different direction as, well, you're morbidly obese.
Yeah.
So
he was a provoker, so
he was definitely provoking it, but the response, as we already talked about, was a little bit overblown.
Yep.
So one thing that I learned in researching this a little bit is that Australia Day tends to have horrible consequences for everybody that celebrates.
Really?
Not everybody, but people. A large number. For some reason, I was trying to find a news story on this.
Yeah.
So I looked up Australia Day attack, Australia Day fat shaming, Australia Day, all this stuff. And all that pulled up was all of these unrelated violent incidents that happened in Australia Day. Yeah. Just on that day, people violently assault each other.
That's amazing. Go Australia.
The second interesting one was David Samuel Hoyt and William Juan David Rendell, who is the son of a Hollywood director that worked on all of the Matrix films.
No shit.
Yeah, so he's the
That's
son of like
wild.
a famous Hollywood director, brutally assaulted two brothers that ended up hospitalized.
Jesus, what
and
the
got off
fuck?
with no charges. Nice to
Really?
have a famous father.
Thank God for that.
Even if you're in Australia.
Nepotism is better than not nepotism.
Absolutely. So I think the takeaways here, don't fuck with people.
Yeah, too hard, yeah.
Too hard. You don't know who you're dealing with.
Yes.
Especially in Australia, America, people are walking around with years of childhood trauma and unresolved issues that they're ready to unleash upon you.
Right. Hidden behind a beautifully crafted political ideology that speaks to their soul perfectly.
Exactly. So you don't even know, you don't know if, in America, it's especially true. You don't know if they have a gun.
Yeah.
You don't know, there's a lot of people in America that are like, I wish a motherfucker would. They're just waiting for someone that they can pull the piece on.
Right.
So, just try to play it safe, you know? If there's somebody that is violently defending a political ideology, they're probably crazy, and you aren't going to change their mind.
No.
It's not happening.
No.
So just maybe go, all right, see ya. Have a good day.
Yeah.
And then go be yourself. Any final thoughts?
Peaceful non-combatantism is the way to go. That's about it.
100% agreed. All right, well, let's sign off.
Get something in this something world. Goodbye.
Level up in this toxic world.